a goal is really like a dream. You
Yes.
dream about the business that you want and then work backwards.
Welcome to Streams of Income with self-help author Ryan Rieger.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Streams of Income radio show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger, and today we are chatting with my friends and Legends members, Jason and Haiti Marshall. Jason's a former pastor, and he actually goes over, brings out a 3-point sermon. They're ABCs of an Amazon business. It's a lot of fun. Great episode. You're going to love it. Here it is.
We definitely had some ABCs that we wanted to make sure we share tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
B is basically be intentional about setting goals. And for us, goals is just a really big one. I think we did talk to you about it and how, just setting your goal and then kind of working backwards from your goal and then kind of breaking it down into, okay, this month, I want the end goal to be 4 months from now. So every month what am I going to do to end at that end goal? Yeah. And when we drove home from the Legends Conference, I was writing down notes and we were making plans. And we were really like, okay, we have all this information. We got to set goals. We have to figure out step by step how we're going to do these. And for June and July, we said we're going to do 50 replans. We're going to get 50 replans. And we met those goals.
Awesome.
And I think having exactly laid out what you want, putting it up on your wall, just kind of having that reminder is really important. And then just communicating it with your business partner or with an accountability person or with a community.
I love that. Walk me through that. We're about to go into Q4 here pretty soon. It's right around the corner. What's your goal setting process? What's that look like for you? Because it might be something that somebody else will be like, yes, the way she explained it or the way he explained it makes sense now. I'm going to use that. You do it that way. Okay.
So I think you have to set time to make goals. So you can't just say, I'm going to make a goal and then never set time and actually do it. So your first goal might be to set a goal.
Yeah.
So it might actually be that simple.
Yes.
So, I had a pastor friend of mine who used to use the concept of a crawl, walk, and run. You want to think in terms of crawl, in terms of, okay, crawling is a very, very simple step. So maybe there's a crawl step that you need to make. It could be setting aside 10 minutes just every day this week to see if you can come up 3 goals. And then by the end of the week, you might have like 3 goals. It could be very simple. And maybe one of those steps is really tiny, it's a crawl. One of those steps is more like a walking step. Set a little bit of a bigger goal, and then a running step. And that's kind of be a little bit of a leap of faith.
Yeah. So you have separate, kind of like 3 separate goals for your business.
That's right.
So it might be sales goals. Like for Q4, I want to hit, that my crawl goal would be something I have to hit this. There's just no way I can't hit this. And it's much smaller than your walk and run goals that are.
Yep. Yeah. Basically crawling goals are things just to get you going.
Yeah.
And the running ones are the big goals. So if I'm doing, I don't know, let's say you're doing 4,000 in sales right now. Your goal for next month might be to do 8,000. That's a big jump from 4,000.
Right.
But that might be your one step right now.
Yeah.
And so just break it down and okay, so if I have these many ASINs right now, I'm going to need double. And
yes.
I'm going to take the double amount and break it into 4 weeks. So then and Jimmy and others leaders have explained kind of this process, but sometimes we just need that reminder, like don't look at the huge number of 100 replans, but look at it as like 25 replans and then actually set days to go and source. I think that's the part that we set these goals and then we just don't set the time to hit the goals. But a goal is really like a dream. You dream about the business that you want. And then, like I said, like work backwards.
That's right. I like how you said to break the number of ASINs because some people will set a sales goal and like, okay, so I'm at 5,000 now and I want to hit 10,000, but that it just stops there because they don't know exactly what that means. Yeah. So it could be as simple as just doubling the ASINs. It can be more complicated than that if you want to get super complicated about it, but might as well make it simple. I'm selling this many SKUs right now, double that many. that's this many over the next each 4 weeks. And if I might have 2 shopping days, that's that many more, those 2 shopping days. Try to break it down as simple as possible.
Yeah, it's as simple and as little steps, but also give yourself like a little bit of just something higher to shoot for.
Yes.
So maybe ROI has to be 50 or more, or 60 or more. Just kind of give yourself, don't just take anything, make your standards a little bit higher.
Right.
Yeah.
You might need to set the right kinds of goals too.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you want to get to, you're at 4,000 and you want to get to 10,000. Well, that might require that you need to invest in some systems to measure your success and how well you're doing.
Yeah.
At some point, if you have, let's say you have more than 100 ASINs, you might need to consider getting a repricer.
Yep.
Because your repricer makes a big difference. But if you have, let's say you already passed that goal and you have 300 ASINs, you might want to have Inventory Lab to make sure that you're able to manage what you have, get a better read on your numbers, because there are certain limitations that come into play. The more your business grows, and your systems and structures that have to be built to sustain what you're doing.
Yeah, and Jimmy talks about those plateaus that they experienced. They had to hire somebody to get over that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even something like getting Inventory Lab or getting a software, that can be a goal. Give yourself 3 weeks to research it, make sure your finances are in order. Just give yourself time before you register for that software program, because that goal is going to cost money, So just set yourself up to be successful in it.
Talk to me about Q4 goals. So somebody who's not been through a Q4 before, pretend like we have a whole audience of people listening, like this is going to be their first Q4. And how would you advise somebody on how to set a goal for Q4 that's never been through it before?
Great. I think I can answer that. So we were, last September, we were doing about 14,000 a month. And we really, honestly, we didn't really prepare so much for Q4. We thought, we gotta, we gotta keep growing, right? And so I would advise somebody right now, you need to be doing a lot of sourcing. Get in the practice of doing a lot of sourcing now, because you're gonna need that discipline from October. Q4 is really starting to ramp up. You're gonna need the discipline to go out and look for those goals. That'll probably be the first one. I think my second one is on a Q4 group. We went from 14,000 in September to 27,000 in December.
Wow.
And that was even without really trying to source more.
Yeah, we didn't really do much to prepare for Q4, like any certain types of products or inventory. We just kind of were like, we're going to just do the replan model. But we did notice that some items just sold more. So maybe what we'll do is make sure that those items we have plenty in stock. And but I think that was the main thing, is we just kind of kept it even throughout the year without interrupting our normal everyday to focus on Q4, which maybe in the future, I'm sure we will in the future, but right now we're just like, we just want to keep things going as smoothly as possible.
And I would say too that we our best sourcing months last year were right around September, October.
Okay.
So we saw we reaped the dividends of that come December. I mean, it made a big difference.
Yeah. So you doubled. So so somebody could, I'd say safe, but a good goal might be to double what they're currently doing.
Absolutely.
On monthly sales.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Now's the time to really establish some disciplines about sourcing.
Yeah.
Every business has its seasons, right? So I would say definitely August, September is the time to ramp up your sourcing a little bit, because it's not as busy this time of year, generally speaking.
Yeah. And I would say, I guarantee you guys aren't going out and this is another key point for somebody who maybe has never, the folks in the Legends group that we're talking to right now and other folk, I mean, they know that you're not going out and thinking, ooh, these games right here are going to be hot for Q4. Let's buy a bunch of those and hope it's not speculative. You're just buying more of what's already selling now, because you're just going to sell more of it in Q4.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So one of the things we learned last year was certain products that we sell really well during Q4.
Yeah.
We'll be ready for it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to go back into your inventory and look at what's sold or your past sales and kind of I forgot about that. Let's be on look out for that when it comes out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have the refunds dashboard. The refunds dashboard is great for that because you can look back at what some of your sales were in the past.
Absolutely.
And then you take a look at those sales, and you can use the Amazon Seller app too. We've been selling long enough now; we can see kind of the trends, particularly our best-selling products, how much more they sold back then versus what they sell now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't really sourced many toys. I don't know if I feel like I'm intimidated by toys.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, everyone's business is different. Maybe I'll get the confidence to source toys soon. I like smaller things and smaller priced things.
Right. But especially with all the CPC notifications people are getting from Amazon, it's, I was just recorded an episode with Jim just yesterday with Honey and Jimmy to talk about the Q4 groups. And they're kind of just predicting no inside knowledge or anything that Jimmy and Jim were saying, somebody in Amazon is going to look at some figure in October, November and like, wow, we're down 48% on toy sales. What's going on? Well, it's because all these crazy violations and CPC requirements. So let's go tell the sellers that they can source toys again. They're just guessing. Nobody knows, but that would be nice. So, yeah.
Well, definitely too. I know, assuming we're not in lockdown mode come December.
Yes.
Amazon's going to say, hey, we need to get our sales up. And we know that third-party sellers are people doing the most sales on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I do think it works. It's going to work in our favor. I agree with that.
Hey, Ryan Rieger here. If you're looking for proven real strategies for making money online, then grab my book, Streams of Income. In it, I detail the 3 main ways to make money online. And these are strategies that students of mine all over the world are using to make real money. And the best part is these are strategies that you can get started with $0 and 0 experience. So if you'd like a free copy of my book, Streams of Income, check out the link in the description below.